Hello, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Travel Escapes. Thank you so much for joining us today and really watching our little webinar series where we've been featuring different destinations and experiences from around the world to help give you some guidance of where you might want to travel again, maybe some inspiration. I know the travel pent up travel is really getting to the point where you're like bursting at the seams. You want to get out there and fly and go to one of your favorite destinations. So we really hope that these little webinar series are giving you a sense of inspiration. And honestly, I think now is the time to plan to travel. We might not be able to get there right away, but it's coming in the future for sure. I'm Rhonda Svien, the leisure manager at Paul Travel, and joining me, as always, the beautiful Julie Bekdash. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Rhonda, and thank you so much, and welcome back, everybody.
Mm. Now, we have a couple of new joiner honors, I guess, and we have a lot of repeat viewers today. And thank you so much, honestly, from the bottom of Julie and my heart. It's wonderful being able to showcase some great travel destinations for you guys. And all your feedback is certainly welcomed and appreciated. Now, for any of you that have missed some of our webinars, as a reminder, and to the new folks that are joining us today, all of our previously recorded webinars are on the Paul Travel website. So that's paultravel.com/webinars. You'll find a whole list of them there. So please, when you're at home, maybe grab a glass of wine if you don't have one already, but over the weekend and take a look. There might be something that you find interesting. Now, our next webinar will be on October 14th, so that's 2 weeks away from today, a little bit earlier in the day at 10 a.m., as we're going to be showcasing Egypt. And joining with us is actually going to be a local guide from Egypt to kind of share in his experiences and a little bit about this amazing country. So that's October 14th. Keep a watch on the newsletter for registration details. So today, oh my gosh, fall is in the air and I love fall. The colors are beautiful out there, but honestly, to sit back and think about visiting such an amazing Caribbean island such as Saint Lucia, oh, I'm looking forward to this afternoon. I've been to Saint Lucia many years ago and I loved it. You can kind of see from behind us, our backgrounds are the famous pitons. You can see how lush and green it is. Oh my gosh, I love, love, love it. I don't know, Julie, have you been at all?
No, I haven't been either, but I'd love to. It just looks so dreamy.
Oh, such a fabulous destination. So I think we're all in for a treat today to get a little taste of what the island is all about. Now, for anybody that has any questions or any comments, please, as usual, put them in the Q&A box or in the chat box. Again, we'd love to hear from you. Julie will monitor them throughout the presentation, and we'll make sure your questions all get answered once our wonderful guest is done sharing his beautiful island with us. So I'm going to turn this over to Julie, who's going to introduce today.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. And yeah, it definitely is a treat for us today. I feel like we should just forget everything that's going on around us and just focus on this beautiful island, really just use our imaginations, just dive into those beautiful photos and the activities that Richard is going to share with us and take a pure virtual holiday. So today we are so lucky to have with us Richard Moss. He is joining us from Saint Lucia, which is that's like almost out his window, I'm sure. He's a senior sales manager for the Saint Lucia Tourism Authority, and he's actually been in the tourism industry in various aspects, from hospitality, attractions, airlines, etc., for the last 25 years. So he just brings like a host of experience with him, and how amazing it sounds, almost like a dream job. To have this position with the on St. Lucia with the Tourism Authority. So I will pass it over to you, Richard, just to share your experience, your knowledge, and just we're excited to just be wowed by your presentation. So I'll hand it over to you and feel free to start sharing anytime.
Thank you very much. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we sure can.
Fantastic. Brilliant. All right, so it's so great to be with you as well. A moment of silence, please, for Julie having not been to St. Lucia, but we will take really good care of that today and in the future as well. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for inviting me in the very first place. Such an exciting time to be with you. Again, I am Richard Moss, and travel is my passion. And I want you to know that your travel advisors at Paul Travel, I mean, Julie and Rhonda, they plus my years of experience, we have 81 years of experience between the three of us. And so there has never been a more important time to ensure that you are working with an expert. And anything that I say today or anything you need clarification on, Julie, Rhonda, and the team will be able to assist you. So don't worry, you're in safe, capable hands. Welcome to St. Lucia, the only country named for a woman. And so our tagline is, let her inspire you. So let's take a look at what St. Lucia has to offer.
Go to the Pitos, chill while the breeze blow, baby, and I wanna ride on the East Coast.
Very
bad and bougie like the Migos. I wanna feel you. Come and lock me like a cheat code. I can pack it up and you can move it like a repo. Come to town, I'll take you around pretty Saint Lucia.
St. Lucia is not only beautiful to look at.
Come to town, I'll take you around pretty Saint Lucia. Going bars on the beat, swimming in Sufrit, sipping on Germans and cranberry. Got a couple of my links on the way. Take a line by island breeze, listen to the ocean speak. Bet you say you're never gonna leave. I'm in town, let me take you around pretty Saint Lucia. It's my town, I'ma take you around pretty Saint Lucia. Pretty Saint Lucia. Come to town, I'll take you around.
All right, so I just flew you right into St. Lucia, and let's continue with our virtual tour.
Hey, Richard, sorry to interrupt. Is there, I just see on my screen like a gray control, I think it's a rectangular box at the top of the screen.
Okay.
Maybe, can you move it to the bottom? Is there
Does
a
that
way?
work?
No, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's at the bottom now.
Let me see if we can advance. Are you still able to see me on screen?
That's better though, that's better.
And are you seeing me on screen? Because
Yep. Yep, this is good.
A second.
Yep, that's good.
Pretty Saint Lucia. Come to town, I'll take you around pretty Saint Lucia.
All right, perfect. So as you see, St. Lucia is a very diverse destination, and there are lots of activities to do. I'm going to take you through quite a few of those and certainly share with you some options of where you can stay. But let's start at the very beginning. Her resume. Again, the only country named for a woman, St. Lucia is an award-winning destination. We're boutique. We are not a large destination. You will find that a lot of our accommodations, resorts, hotels, or villas, you find that they're very low density. And so it's actually been very, very good for the current season that we now find ourselves in. And for those folks that want a little bit more privacy and to interact less you certainly can find some good options in Saint Lucia. But I think the magic of Saint Lucia is that you find that things are curated. There are all these fantastic nuances and special areas that have been created just for you. And certainly the service is something that differentiates our destination, but don't take my word for it. I'm going to show you, all right? So just to give a little bit of geography so we can get ourselves situated, where is she? We are in the Eastern Caribbean. So come all the way down from Puerto Rico, and we are right there, 27 miles from Martinique, which is the Paris of the Caribbean. And then we are 27 miles north of St. Vincent. Our island is 27 miles long. You heard the 327s. And we have 2 international airports. But for the interest of this presentation, if you're flying in from another island in the Caribbean, then you'd be going to this airport. It accommodates a smaller jets, but certainly most of our clients and you, when you're coming, would be flying into the Huanora International Airport in the south. And the reason the road, which is in yellow, goes around this area is because of our lush tropical rainforest. We have over 19,000 acres just ready for you to hike, explore, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Now, in terms of the distance, well, first of all, we have the Atlantic Ocean kissing the East Coast, and then you have the Caribbean Sea on the West Coast. So you will find our resorts are typically on this side of the destination. When we talk about soufre later, which is the French word for sulfur in the air, this is where you're going to find our mud bath. And this is really our adventure capital. But even if you were to stay in the north, then you're certainly going to find lots to do there as well. Our official language is English. We also speak a French Creole. The British and the French fought over Saint Lucia over 14 times in over 150 years. So you'll find a lot of the place names are French, nothing strange for you. And you will also find that the culture is very, very rich. But we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move forward. Sorry about that. Hello, could you cooperate with me a second? No, doesn't want to cooperate. So why St. Lucia? Well, certainly because of the year-round tropical weather. I mean, today was in the mid-80s, and you will find, if you're one of the sun lovers, that anywhere throughout the first half of the year, you will find the best uninterrupted days of brilliant sunshine, and we do have our more wet period in the second half of the year. But certainly we have a wonderful location, and certainly, again, we cater to all types of travelers. So whether you're in the mood for yachting, you're a foodie, I know Julie and Rhonda are foodies, bring on the drinks, or you're looking to expose your children to another type of lifestyle, then St. Lucia offers you really, really good, diverse options. Let's take a closer look at that. All right.
Richard,
Yes,
sorry,
hi.
just sorry to interrupt. Sorry, everybody, to interrupt, but we just still have that gray bar at the bottom of the screen that is kind of blocking some of the presentation. So I don't know if you can kind of, oh, now it's getting bigger.
Let me see
if you
if I could remove it. Apologies, everybody. I am not sure
Or move it.
how to lose it.
That's up at the top right now. Can you, yeah, it's just at the top. Can you shrink it? I think it's where you're placing your, yeah, where you're placing your mouse and clicking. It's just, I don't know if you can drag it off to the side. Sorry, everybody, just bear with us a second and we'll just get this so it's a little
Sorry
more
about
visible.
That does not seem
That's
to be
okay.
working.
Do you see it yourself?
Oh, yes, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. All right, trying one more thing, just a second. Mhm. Okay, that doesn't work. Can't seem to lose it. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Ah, got it, got it. All right. Is it gone for
Well,
you?
it's still in the middle. There, now it's
All right.
gone.
Okay,
Yay!
Done.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Perfect.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right, let's move on with our lives. So it's like we know Murphy personally. Just a moment. I'm trying to advance just a moment. Let me go back. All right, I'm a little frozen at the moment. I will get that rectified. All right, so absolutely, you will find that we have options to suit any type of travel. And certainly, as I was saying to you earlier, we've recognized that travel is so very important. Travel really does help to reset us. And a lot of us want to do the things that we're really passionate about or learn something new, try something new. And it is an ideal time to do that when we're on vacation. All right, so let's take a look. Saint Lucia is really known as a very exotic destination, known for her beauty. Let's take a look. Or monumental mountains, these are the beauties of Saint Lucia. It's what you see on every Saint Lucian postcard. It's an actual UNESCO World Heritage Site. Can you hike it? Absolutely you can. Is it for everyone? Not really. And you can definitely try to do that. It's a 4-hour hike up and back, and really a good opportunity to explore some of our communities as well. It becomes a nice cultural activity. We have fabulous, beautiful beaches. We have dolphin and whale watching. You see, that's the beauty that comes from having both the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. And the deep sea sport fishing is fantastic as well. 19,000 acres of protected rainforests, so really very good for folks that love nature. This is actually at the Diamond Botanical Gardens. It's their waterfall, and you would have seen this in the movie Superman 2 if you're as old as I am. But for folks that really enjoy nature, you're really in for a treat. So all those heliconias and birding is also an important activity. You will find that because we are a part of the Commonwealth, that Canadians typically come to St. Lucia and find it so easy to move around and explore the exciting options that they prefer. Diving, we have well over 44 internationally rated dive sites. And certainly there are dive sites that you can, if you want to see turtles, we know exactly where to take you. If you want to do a wreck, a trench, a wall, you can certainly do that wall right by the pitons. St. Lucia is one of the only islands you can dive a mountain. So right by the Piton Mountain, you can absolutely dive, and it's pretty amazing. St. Lucia, because of all the people that have lived here, we have an amazing cultural landscape. So there are African influences, Amerindian influences, British, French, East Indian. And so you can just imagine all of that on your plate, right? Our cuisine is considered, as much as you can dine around the globe in St. Lucia, it is considered Creole cuisine. So it's a Creolization of all the people and the cultures. And so if that's something that checks your box, then certainly St. Lucia is a great opportunity. We have lots of cultural festivals. We are well known for the St. Lucia Jazz Festival. We are going into our 30th year of the festival, and there's certainly many others as well, including Carnival, and there are food festivals as well. There's mango festivals. By the way, I have a question. Has anyone had a chocolate-infused massage? Well, it's time for St. Lucia, because we not only make some fabulous chocolate from the cocoa that we grow. This is our national dish here, but we also put it into our treatments, such as a chocolate-infused massage. And look at that. Green fig and saltfish. The green fig are the green bananas, which are boiled like potatoes, you know, in that style. And then the saltfish, guess where we get that from typically? We typically get that from Canada. And that has come through the years and become part of our national dish. We even, by the way, as I was talking about the chocolate, we even have a chocolate hotel. So if that's something that floats your boat, then certainly that's a great opportunity to do or to stay while you're in St. Lucia. We also have chocolate making tours. So imagine, and Prince Charles, I know, has done this tour where he walked the cocoa groves. He ended up planting a cocoa tree as well, because, you know, some of us are quite environmentally conscious and we love an eco-friendly property. So this particular property is one of those. And there are quite a number of chocolate tours around the island, by the way. When you walk through the cocoa groves, pick your beans, it comes out of this large pod, and then you go with a chef to create your own chocolate bar. I mean, is this interesting to anyone? I mean, I think we all love chocolate, right? Absolutely. And what you will find, I mentioned it earlier, you can do from 5-star gourmet dining, sushi, there are steakhouses in St. Lucia, and certainly you absolutely always want to try the Creole cuisine. And obviously we're an island, so the seafood is pretty amazing as well. But one thing that you absolutely must try are the cocktails. We make one of the very best rums, the Chairman Reserve rum. It's really, really amazing. Now, no matter what stage of the romance game you're at, whether you are single, getting married, or you're thinking of renewing those vows, we are the undisputed world's leading honeymoon destination, and or hoteliers and or attractions. They typically spend a lot of time in crafting some really unique options, whether it is that you do a picnic at Pigeon Island, or you do something really special for the two of you. And obviously, it's not something on a shelf. They're going to talk with you and get something really unique created. And of course, Julie and Rhonda will be able to connect you with one of our destination partners that can get that done for you. As well as if you are tying the knot, there are lots of options, whether you're going to do it on a pier, in an over the water chapel, or you're going to do it on the top of the mountain. I mean that literally, or by the beach. I mean, there's so many options. You can also do a much more traditional setting as well. So let's take a look at some of the places to stay, because as much as you might want to stay on the beach, there comes a time you do need to rest your head somewhere. We have a wide variety of properties, styles, budgets, and certainly you can find something that works for you, for the love of your life, or for whoever you're traveling with. And by the way, we are certainly very welcoming of solo travelers as well. I mean, everybody travels a little differently, and it's just very important that we take all of those things into consideration. So for those folks that really want a place that is in the heart of Rodney Bay in the north of the island, close to all the restaurants, close to the shopping, the dining, the entertainment opportunities, this would be a really good option for you. And it's really family friendly. And you won't find a lot of hotels in St. Lucia that are just dedicated to, let's say, just dedicated to families. This is one of them, though, where they really go above and beyond with their kids camp program, where you can sign the children in no matter what their age is, and they go with children of like ages, and they get to do their activities. The accommodations are quite unique and very much in close proximity to a fantastic beach. I will tell you that Radwe Beach is one of the best beaches on the island. We're still at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort, by the way. And by the way, they do have a number of other properties, depending on what you're really interested in. And then they have a shuttle that takes you from property to property. But this one sits on the beach, so I'm featuring it for you, excuse me. There is a much better view of it. And you can see right in the background is the village of Rodney Bay, where you'll find all those nightclubs, restaurants. And whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, we're certainly welcoming you to Saint Lucia, given that we are in full observance of the well-respected protocols presented by the World Health Organization. Now, for those of you that want the traditional definition of luxury, then I would take you to Sugar Beach, a Viceroy resort. Now, you saw the pitons earlier, and I know they look like they're joined. They're actually not. There are 3 miles between the pitons, and Sugar Beach sits right in the middle. And let me tell you, very modern aesthetic, very intimate attention to details. And you will also find that every accommodation has its own pool. This is one of the leading categories, and you're literally, yes, you are seeing it in the corner of the screen, one of our pitons. And the snorkeling below there is absolutely amazing. And they have a fabulous spa that's within the rainforest, and there's a stream that runs through it. So really very, very exquisite. So this is Sugar Beach, one of the best beaches we have, and it's at the base of the pitons. But now I'm taking you up 1,000 feet from the pitons. This is Ladera Resort. And all of these, and there are 37 of these, by the way. There are 37 suites and villas. So again, everybody gets their own pool, and they are warmed, not like you need it, because you are 1,000 feet above sea level, and the trade winds will be really cooling you off significantly. And don't forget, you are absolutely on a UNESCO World Heritage Site and surrounded by tropical rainforests, right? Pardon me. So here we are. This is one of the categories where you actually have your own swing. And again, they all have their own pools. There is butler service as well available. And by the way, you might be asking, what about the beach? Well, they do have a shuttle service that takes you down to the beach. But again, different strokes for different folks. Not everybody is necessarily a beach lover. And I want to tell you right early that, again, different strokes for different folks. So there might be a time when you might choose to spend some of your time at this resort, and then you split the other nights. And Julie and Rhonda can certainly help you to achieve that. Do you see that shower there? It's an open concept. At Ladera, you need to be open to the idea of Mother Nature. So you're going to sleep with that fabulous view. You're waking up to it as well. And again, they're eco-friendly. Yoga is available. You can actually go hiking on the property. They have their morning meditation. And it's so good to meet Mr. Ray, who will take you through on a garden tour. And by the way, this is in Soufrière, so is Sugar Beach. So you're literally in that adventure capital where you can go on adventures every single day, right? Now this one is very, very special. This is an iconic Saint Lucian resort. It's really like again, it's a concept. And I'll allow you to Isn't that amazing? Let me tell you. See the effect that good travel has on your psyche, on your blood pressure, right? I just instantly felt relaxed. So this is called your sanctuary, and they are all located in such a way that everybody gets that same view. And by the way, that infinity pool that she's in is 900 square feet. 900 square feet. It's great for a romantic getaway. And by the way, it is 5-star luxury that's on offer inside. It is an open concept. And again, it is up 1,000 feet from sea level. So very, very cool. And stargazing is absolutely amazing. And the record that we have of a couple staying in their sanctuary without ever leaving, 5 days. 5 days. Well, why are you leaving? You have everything in there. You have your jacuzzi overlooking with jets, overlooking the pitons. You have your espresso machine. I'm telling you, it is absolutely amazing. This is Jade Mountain, again, in Soufrière. And once you're in Soufrière, again, iconic. It's therapeutic, it's fun, and it's great for the entire family as well. It is an amazing opportunity. Saint Lucia has one of the world's only drive-in volcano, and these sulfur springs are really amazing. They make you look and feel 10 years younger, and you take some really crazy pictures. And for some of us who we love to post our pictures on social media, this is really worth doing when you're in Saint Lucia. A really good opportunity for those of us that might be more interested in learning about the volcanic past. And I will tell you, the volcano, it is dormant. So please don't be afraid. But this is a really good option for adventure in Soufrière. Now, if you're looking for something which is a little bit in the central section of the West Coast, this may work out really, really well. It has like a nice combination of St. Lucia meets Bali. And so the structures, you will see a lot of teak and natural woods from the rainforest. They have some fantastic dining options, including a rum cave and also a tapas restaurant. And this literally sits on a lagoon in Marigot Bay. And it's a great place to stay. Very, very sexy. You can do the accommodations that come with their own hot tubs as well. But I must tell you, this location is really amazing. The beach is literally 2 minutes across the way. Here we are. And this is it right here. But guess what? You are so fantastically located when you're in Marigot Bay that you're also close to Soufrière. You're right in between the north and the southwest. So a really good location regardless. And of course, our marinas, including Marigot Bay, are perfect for those that want to sail while they're here, or maybe you're coming in on your own yacht. These are the accommodations at the Zoetry Marigot Bay. And really, as I mentioned, very, very great accommodations. But more than that, the service. Every time you leave the room and come back, there's a surprise for you. And I just happen to love that. The personal touch is there. They recently entered into a management agreement with Zoetry. So they are transitioning into becoming a Zoetry. And then for those of us that really like a larger resort, this is definitely our largest resort on the island, but a really good option if it is that you like an all-inclusive, like I would say a set it and forget it. And this is a really good all-inclusive, I should say, with the modern aesthetic. There's some folks where that is important to them, those of us that like to watch HGTV. So this would be a really great option. And what you can do is you can really add additional amenities by doing the Diamond Club And on this property, it is family friendly, and you do have your activity center for the young ones and the teenagers, but you also have an exclusive wing, which is for adults only. It's called Hideaway at Royalton, St. Lucia. So modern, you have about 6 dining options, and this is pretty much the layout of the standard accommodations at the Royalton, St. Lucia. Very spacious, very modern, and certainly a really good beach. They do great weddings, and they're really good if you're doing a large destination wedding, or maybe you're going on a family reunion. You know what I mean? It's really a good option for that. But what about those of us that want to stay at the spa all day? One of the largest spas around the Caribbean, definitely a top destination spa in the world, and they've been around for a very long time. This resort is called Body Holiday, and you get a spa treatment for every single day that you're with them. And there are some amazing activities. So in September, where we're just in September, the last day, right? They have their September solos, and they have quite a few activities geared towards the solo traveler. And so every night, even when it's not September, they do a meet and greet for all the solos, and they also do a communal table as well. So you're never leaving anyone out. And then they have some really interesting things like the dance classes, ballroom dancing, and they're visiting experts, whether they're dancers or fitness experts that come from time to time. But let me tell you, that spa is pretty amazing. There's archery, there's mini golf, there's tennis, there's sailing, there's scuba diving. And by the way, you don't need to do anything. If you just wanted an all-inclusive beach vacation with a well-traveled clientele, this would be it. The Body Holiday, this would be in the running. And then they do have as well a great organic food program where they have you forage for your ingredients. This is like an excursion. So the point is, even if you didn't stay at the Body Holiday, you could do this. It's called their ITIL experience. And then obviously you're going to be working with a chef to cook all the ingredients. But travel is about stories. And so you're getting all the stories from our St. Lucian horticulturalists. Sandals Resorts, Caribbean super brand, they have 3 resorts in St. Lucia, including the Sandals Grand St. Lucian. And of course, there is the opportunity, and you can certainly check in with Julie and Rhonda later, if it is that you find Sandals to be the best fit for you, that or fully vaccinated clients at Sandals are able to go between the various resorts. And so there are over 26 dining options, and you are definitely going to have lots of activities on property as well. This is also the home of the original over-the-water bungalows in the Eastern Caribbean. Now, out to sea to the right of my screen, that's Pigeon Island, by the way, which is right next door to Sandals. It's a historic site, and you can go all the way up to the top of the fort. That's where I was telling you, you could do that fantastic picnic. So just sharing with you that there are some opportunities that you can have right there in your backyard, depending on where you're staying. So again, the Southwest is the adventure capital, but if you're in the North, you can definitely get lots of adventures as well. But the additional thing you get in the North is you get some really good nightlife opportunities as well. This is a resort that is a boutique resort, 36 all butler suites, and this is for couples only. It literally sits on a much larger resort, but of course, which is family friendly, but they can't come over. How dare they? This is just for the 36 butler suite guests of Serenity at Coconut Bay. And I love the fact that it's so modern, but you also get a lot of outdoor living space and spaces. And if you look at that at the very back of it, it's landscaped so that you could literally be in your birthday suit. I don't think we're allowed to say that, but I just did. And then you have, everybody has their own pool, and really great. You see, you have a wet bar in this particular category, and they also have these magic boxes. So if you ordered breakfast, you don't even need to see your butler. You just go out, open the little trap door, and you collect your breakfast, and then you put it back. But guess what? If you're more about your family, quality time, and you'd like us to create, let's say, a family barbecue on top of one of these Mediterranean style accommodations at Cap Maison, I mean, this is amazing. I mean, it's a cliffside resort, but they do have a great beach as well. But I would say the winning bonus is definitely the service. They're a fantastic food destination, and they do have a lovely deck which sits in the Caribbean Sea, and the waves come crashing. It's a perfect spot for a wedding, perfect for a private candlelight dinner if there's an anniversary coming up, etc. And I have to say, the rooftop terraces, complete with their pool and dinner table, and I just love that. And Ross Stevenson is the general manager. He and his team, they do an excellent job. So put this on your list if it's family friendly, and there are 49 suites and villas here. So again, remember I told you we're boutique in St. Lucia. We are not mass tourism at all. And speaking of which, if you need something really private, a villa could really be in the cards. This is Exhale Villa. It has 4 bedrooms. It's curated luxury. I mean, it sits in a lovely location overlooking the sea, and you will actually be able to see the hills of Martinique on a very clear day. But I love how they have these outdoor living spaces, and it's very modern, you know, and just a really all around flexible and good place to spend your time in St. Lucia. Now, getting to St. Lucia, you can certainly fly Air Canada. Air Canada is returning to St. Lucia on Sunday. I'll be at the airport to welcome them because that's what I do. We're so happy to see you back. I mean, absolutely, we want to share what we have with you. And certainly I know that Julie and Rhonda are just as excited to be able to give you what it is that's going to resonate with you, your traveling companions. And, you know, that's what life is about. We've all learned that lesson that we have to pamper ourselves. So when you arrive, lose that crowd. You don't have to do what everybody else does. Some of us do not do the bus, right? Some of us want to do the fabulous, hello. This thing is so special. You'll forgive me. We do the 10-minute helicopter flight from the airport up to the north of the island, right? We also do have a ferry that takes 90 minutes, and typically by ground transportation, you'll be looking at 90 minutes as well. So that's why it's important to choose the option that best serves the occasion. Wink, wink, gentlemen in the audience, or ladies, maybe you're the one that's creating the experience. But you know what, folks? No matter what you're trying to create, it is available in St. Lucia. I love this. You pilot your own boat, or you jump on a catamaran, or maybe a speedboat is more your thing. A speedboat with your friends and family. But this one I love because it's you and the love of your life, and you're having such a fabulous time. Remember I told you about hiking the Pitons, 4 hours up and back, and there's some fabulous coconut soursop or mango ice cream on the way back. So you can't miss that. That's my insider tip for you, okay? And there's some other great hiking options, but I'm a little bit lazy. Remember I told you about Pigeon Island? Well, I'm going to be sharing this little handout for you because I know you're coming to see us, right? I'll share this with the ladies so they can share it with you. This is what I do. I do the easy garden walk through the Tet Paul Nature Trail and go all the way up to the Stairway to Heaven. It is leisurely. and you get really amazing views of the pitons. You get a little bit of the cultural highlights as well. They grow wonderful pineapples there as well. And you can actually get a picture of both pitons in your shot. So it's a really good option as well. And this is my favorite kind of picture to take. You know what? That's what travel is about. It's having some fun, and then obviously getting the evidence for your Instagram or your friends and family back home. We want to show them so they could be jealous, right? That's how it is. Part of the reason we travel. Pigeon Island, we spoke about it earlier, and I love doing a little picnic up there. Remember I told you this is close to that Sandals Grand, right around the corner from the Royalton, Saint Lucia. And in the heart of town, maybe you're the kind of person that wants to do a market run. This could be an option for you as well. And as you know, Market Day is a proud African tradition, and there's so many things to learn when you're there, including lots of history when you're on our segways, or maybe you want to zip line like Julie is today. There are some great zip lines on island. I tell you, we really have everything that you need. 2 golf courses, including a 9-hole executive course, and the Par 71 Greg Norman design course, and that's in the north of the island. So if that's an important consideration, make sure that you're either splitting some time in the north and then going to the south, etc. All right, bear that in mind when you're giving the ladies a call. And great horseback riding tours, whether you want to ride on the beach, you want to ride through the savannas, there are some really great options. And I'm so sorry that thing is so sensitive. ATVs are all the rage. And some of us just like to do this when we're on vacation. Just have a seat and just take it in. Be inspired, because travel is supposed to reset you. Travel is supposed to be seamless. And I know that's why you work with the ladies at Paul Travel, because there is something to be said about expertise, you know, in travel. So I'm going to leave that on the screen for you. And I just want to find out, do you have any questions? I'd love to take your questions at this time.
Thank you so much, Richard. I can just imagine us all sitting right there, just watching the sunset in front of that piton. And thank you so much for touching on a few of those things, but really what it comes down to, like Rhonda and I, of course, we love traveling, but it just brings us so much joy to be able to help guide our clients like you guys to the right destination and the right resort that's just perfect for you, and for you to go and enjoy all these activities and then come back and tell us about it. That just makes us so happy, and that's why we do what we do. So yeah, just wanted to mention that we appreciate your time spending this time with us, and we're so glad that we have this time to share these fabulous destinations with you. So I don't know if we have any questions. Rhonda, did you have any comments, or was there anything that I'm missing?
No, not at all. Oh, it's just lovely to kind of, immerse myself back in this fabulous island. But I did want to ask actually, and it escapes me, and I've been trying to think of it. There is a little village that you could kind of visit too. I think is it Thursday nights that they welcome locals and they have kind of like a street party. And is that still kind of something that's going on? I know, COVID things have had to be adjusted, but is that kind of typically something that maybe might be going on this winter or into the spring?
I mean, it is possible, and I would say into the spring. It's called the Groseilliers Street Party, and it's been happening.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been happening for well over 40 years, and it's a great option for tasting our local fish and shrimp and lobster when in season, and all of those great delicacies, island delicacies. COVID did do a number on that. And the reason for that is, for that street party to be good, you need a crowd, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we are just waiting for that to be reintroduced like the rest of the world, but it will come back. I'm sure it will. We all must be positive. But the truth of the matter is, there are options for you, and and your loved ones to still experience a bit of that, you know, when you do come. But the street party is not currently on.
Yeah, well, we'll look forward. We will look forward to the time where that will kind of resume. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful island and you showcased it beautifully. So thank you so much, Richard. And I'm very envious of you having this beautiful, you know, space to look at every day. You open up your windows and, you know, you've got this beauty right in front of you. So good on you.
Thank you. And thank you for inviting me as well. It's been my pleasure to be here with each of you. And certainly this is not the end of the road. Julie and Rhonda, they know exactly where to find me to get all of your queries, your curiosities answered and to your satisfaction. So thank you, everyone.
Perfect. Well, thank you again, Richard. I know there's a lot of people on here who've been and are looking forward to going back, and some like myself who want to go for the first time. So, and which won't be the last, I'm sure. So thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, and we look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Thanks, Richard, again.